In today's video, we are going to be sharing our FastPass selections for Hollywood Studios.
Hollywood Studios has a tier system. You can choose, I think, 1 out of tier 1 and 2 out of tier 2. So just kind of assume that if you're thinking, oh, I really want that one, it's probably in tier 1. And you're gonna get 1.
Yeah.
So the other 2 fast passes are gonna come from tier 2, which are, I don't want to say the lesser rides, but typically the lesser wait times.
Well, not at Hollywood Studios, because my favorite ride is actually in tier 2, but it does apply at Epcot for sure. But yes, we get the point for sure.
So tier 1.
Tier 1, there are 4 choices in tier 1, and we're gonna tell you what we choose, and then we'll tell you why we did not choose the other ones. So our number 1 pick for tier 1 at Hollywood Studios is Toy Story Midway Mania. Now this ride is, besides the fact that it is like so much fun.
It's awesome.
It is so much fun. And everyone makes a mad dash for this ride as soon as they enter the park, because if they don't have a fast pass for it, they know they need to get there first thing in the morning. And if they do have a fast pass for it and they've ridden it before, they know they want to get there first thing in the morning and ride it once before their fast pass, because it is
That's what we did last time. I think we ran it, we rode it twice,
yes,
and then had a fast pass later in the day.
Yeah, we didn't make a mad dash for it because we stopped at Jedi training. But anyway, so that's why we choose Toy Story. There are very long wait times. The ride's awesome, but there are very, very, very high wait times. Now they have put in a second track. It's made the wait times go down some, but because of all of the ride closures at Hollywood Studios in the last year or so,
not as much as you'd think.
Yeah, it still sees very high wait times because it's one of the only rides that young kids can go on at Hollywood Studios. Now this is gonna be changing next summer when Toy Story Land opens, so we're anxiously awaiting that. It's gonna be awesome. And then Star Wars is gonna be opening in 2019, which will be epic. We are very excited for that. Yeah?
I'm ready for that.
We're ready for Star Wars. We love Star Wars. Okay, that's why we choose Toy Story. I really think it just kind of fits with everybody, no matter what age you are. I think every height can do this ride.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe not infants. It might be like 35
I know Adeline's
inches.
been doing it for forever.
Maybe not when she was a year and a half old, but I think it's like 35 inches and up.
And it's interactive, and there's a lot of stuff going on. So you get to, it's a game that you get to play, but at the same time it's colors and things moving around. And even adults love this ride, so I really don't think you have to. I think I like it better than the kids do. Probably, same with me. And so in other words, you don't have to have kids to enjoy this ride and to go on this ride. No one's gonna think you're weird. Go enjoy the ride, it's a lot of fun. Okay, so the other 3 choices that are in category 1 are Beauty and the Beast live on stage, Fantasmic, which is the nighttime fireworks spectacular at Hollywood Studios, and Rock and Roller Coaster. Sorry, I just
Extravaganza.
Extravaganza. That sounds like a good use of the word extravaganza right there.
Well, why don't you say that? Fantasmic, which is the fireworks nighttime
extravaganza.
There you go. And then Rock and Roller Coaster, which is of course a roller coaster. So the reason why we do not choose these other 3 for our selections is, 1, because of wait times. They aren't as bad as Toy Story.
Beauty and the Beast, don't you all get in at the same time? So
I think they do have a section for the fast pass people, like you can sit down.
I just thought it was a lot of times if you get there around the show time, you still get to walk right in. Well, you get to, maybe you don't get the best seats, but you still walk right in. I think you walk in, but I think they have a certain section reserved for fast pass plus holders. The thing is though, is anywhere we've ever sat, we've walked into the last minute before and we've gotten a seat in the back row and we've been able to clearly see the stage. It's a decent show, yeah. The show's great. I recommend seeing it. I wouldn't miss the show. I just wouldn't necessarily use my fast pass for it. Plus, it's in select times a day. I want to say it only runs like 4 or maybe 6 times a day, something like that. So, you know, it's kind of one of those things where it's a hit or miss for us depending on what we're doing at that time. Where we're at. I think it's more where we're at. Okay, so anyway, with the shows, we don't typically fast pass those anyway. Fantasmic, I will say, can be awful if you do not have a fast pass for it. It can be, you really, it's limited. Again, this is a running of the bulls event. I
was very scared.
You almost got trampled one time. Yeah,
this was, and we had fast passes. That's the crazy thing, is we actually had fast passes and we still almost didn't get seating. And Bob and Landon were having issues getting in. I can't remember why. And then I almost got trampled while I was waiting for them. It was very, very scarring, but to say the least. But
and it's not our favorite show anyway.
It's not our favorite show, and I'm expecting some darts thrown at us for that one because
yeah, it's not. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, it's not. But it isn't a bad show, and it's a very popular show. I would say 9 out of 10 people will disagree with us. They'd say it's an amazing show. So should you go see it if you've never seen it before? Yes, go decide for yourself what you think of it. I do recommend you see it.
But then agree with us that it's not the best.
Here's how I would recommend seeing it though. I would not use my fast pass. Instead, I would book one of the dinner packages, you can choose from Mama Melrose or Hollywood and Vine, or Hollywood Brown Derby. Now, Brown Derby is a little more pricey. It's gonna be like a 2 table service credit if you're on the dining plan, so it's gonna be a more expensive meal. But the other two, and we liked Hollywood and Vine, that was nice, it's a character meal, and you could get the dinner package for it. So if you go for lunch or dinner, then they actually will give you the Fantasmic dinner package. You actually have to schedule this in advance, but if you can get this is the way to see Fantasmic. More so than using your fast pass, I think.
Yeah, if you got especially if you got the dining package.
Yeah, this is what we did the last time, and it was great. We had really good seating. They put you right in the center sections, and you can choose how far back you want to sit there. If you sit closest to the stage, you might get wet. But it was definitely worth doing the dinner package for. So that's how we do that. Lastly, on your tier 1, you have Rock and Roller Coaster. And the reason that we don't typically choose this as our fast pass selection is because we do have a child who is under the 48-inch height requirement for this ride. But the alternative to that would be to use the single rider line for those in your party that are the right height requirement for this. So, and this wine can see long waits.
Yeah, I was gonna say, this is one of those where we're looking at what we do. Other people, if you have older kids,
yeah, this might be the one.
That might be the one for you. You know,
this might be the one you want to do.
As opposed to Toy Story.
Yeah, but like I said, there is still the single rider line option, and that's a much shorter wait if you don't need to keep the entire group together. If you have a teenager who wants to do this ride alone anyway, let them do the single rider line. It'll be perfectly fine, and they'll highly enjoy this ride. And then again, certain times of day, especially in the morning, if you go straight back to Rock and Roller Coaster and you've got your Toy Story ride fast pass for later, then you can get on Rock and Roller Coaster in a very short wait time. That's how I'd recommend doing that. So in tier 2, this is what we would choose for tier 2. So most of these are going to be shows, and we do not fast pass shows. So what do you choose for tier 2?
Star Tours. Our family's big on Star Wars, and it is one of the, I don't want to say ride, but it's kind of what the
simulator.
It's a simulator. Good word. Yeah, simulator. You know, Star Wars ride that the whole family can kind of enjoy. Yeah,
and the height requirement I think is 40 inches, so it's one that our youngest, who's tiny, she's been able to do for a couple of years now. If you have motion sickness, maybe not the best one to do. This one doesn't really bother me, and I do get a little bit motion sick. Maybe it just bothers me after eating. So yeah, Star Tours, I would think it's a really good pick, because looking down through the list, most of them are going to be shows.
Shows, yeah.
So then our third pick, and this is from the tier 2 category, is Tower of Terror, and this is my favorite ride. I love this ride. This is Adeline's favorite ride, my favorite ride, Emma's favorite ride, and one of your favorite rides.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So we, as a family, I think Landon loves it too, but it's not, he likes Rock and Roller Coaster, doesn't he? Yeah.
But we probably ride Tower of Terror 3 or 4 times a day.
A day when
we're there, yeah.
It's usually not a long wait. Certain times a day it'll see a long wait, and other times a day you can get on in 10 or 15 minutes. But
this is one to listen to the video on the fast pass tips.
Yeah.
Because depending on what time of day, you can either save yourself a bunch of time or not really save that much time at all.
Right. Yes. So we hope that you found this video helpful today and it helps you make some good decisions on your upcoming trip to Disney World. And if you liked what you saw today, please consider subscribing. And if you'd like to see more videos like these, please leave us a thumbs up so that we know that you enjoyed it and we can make more content like the one here today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great day. Tier 1 at Epcot, you could choose one out of Frozen Ever After, Illuminations, Soarin', and Test Track. So what do we choose?